Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Kim and welcome back to Uncommonkim. So, everything's falling. I am going to be doing a big book haul today. I say big, there's about 20 odd books that I have bought over the past 2 months, and I'm going to share them with you. Is 1 cold, 2 December, and 3 a week till Christmas. So I'm wearing my Grinch snooty because why not? But we have got my Christmas tree in the background, which is cute. But yes, I've basically put them into piles. There are 4 piles, so there is just standard books. We've then got one series that I've bought 4 copies of, Waterstones editions and fairyloot editions. So I'm just going to do one by one. I'm going to start with just the standard weird normal ones. They're not weird, just normal ones, and then go on to the more fancier ones. So let's start. So the first book is Wildfire by Hannah Grace. Hannah Grace wrote Icebreaker, and this is the second book of hers, which I actually haven't read Icebreaker yet, but I really do want to. But I might read these both together now as like a part of a vlog. I don't believe they're in the same world or in like the same series or anything. I think it is just a romance for by Hannah Grace. But to go over the synopsis, I'm only briefly going to go over the synopsis just because there are a lot of books to get through. So, when Russ and Aurora cross paths at a university party, a drinking game ends with them spending the night together. But Aurora slips away before Russ learns her full name. This anonymity ends when they both turn up at their first day of work as camp counselor, a job that they both chose to escape Maple Hills for the summer. Given their history, there's still an obvious tension between the two, but the camp has a secret: no staffing fraternizing rule. Russ doesn't want to risk heading home early, but Aurora has never been one for rules. As things heat up, they'll have to resist or risk starting something they just can't stop. Sounds cute. But I've heard a lot about Hannah Grace. Everyone loved Icebreaker, so I'm really excited to get around to that quite soon, possibly like January time. But yes, so we have Wildfire. The next 2 I'm going to do together, just because they're by the same author and part of the same series, and that is is it Rachel Crowell series by Megan Goldin. So book 1 is The Night Swim, which I have already read, which is about a girl called Rachel who runs a true crime podcast, and she gets invited to court cases to talk about the court cases in her true crime podcast, and while going to a court case, she also then gets dragged into another mystery, and I actually loved this book. I'm pretty sure I gave it 5 stars, but these are like the new covers that they've done, because book 2 has just come out, which is Dark Corners, which I believe still kind of carries on from this one, but it's a different case altogether. So I'm really excited, but I am gonna I think reread Night Swim to then move on to Dark Corners, and then I can just read them both back to back. I think that's my plan. But yeah, I am really excited to get into these because Megan Goldin, I love her writing, and there is like suspense throughout the entire thing, so it is just great in general. But yeah, I'm really excited to get to these quite soon. The next one is a book I've actually already read, which is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. I read this at the beginning of this month, if you want to see my reaction to it. I have done a reading Christmas romance vlog, which is up on my channel. But this was really cute. This was also my first ever Tessa Bailey, and I really enjoyed it. But it's basically about a girl who she designs windows, basically, but she's come out of prison, and she then was looking at this window, and a guy just approached her and started asking her opinion on the window. She was honest, basically said it was rubbish, but what she didn't know is he was the owner of the company, and he has told her to apply for the job, which she does, and so on and so forth. But it was really cute, really Christmassy. I really recommend this if you want a cute, short, Christmassy read, because that is definitely what this was, and I loved it. The next one is Long Live the Pumpkin Queen by Shay Earnshaw, which I saw Steph from Steph Love Reads, was it last month? I can't remember. But I absolutely am a massive Nightmare Before Christmas stan. I love Nightmare Before Christmas, so I'm really excited to read this. I really want to get to it this month. It is on my TBR, and I think it is doable. But it looks so cute, and I just love the cover, and I love Sally. Sally is queen. So, the synopsis for this one. Jack and Sally are truly meant to be, or are they? Newly crowned Sally is thrown into the role of Queen of Halloween Town. Casting into the spotlight, tasked with royal duties, Sally can't help but wonder if all she's done is swap her captivity under Dr. Finkelstein for a new cage. When Sally and Zero accidentally uncover a long hidden doorway to an ancient realm called Dreamtown, she unknowingly sets a chain of sinister events in motion, putting herself and the future of Halloween Town in jeopardy. Can Sally discover how to be true to herself and save Halloween Town, or will her future turn into her worst nightmare? It's cute. To be fair, anything that's got like Nightmare Before Christmas, like, I'm gonna read it, so exciting. Gonna read this like this month at some point. The next book is another one I have already read, and that is City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. This might be a bit random because I have already read it. This is my second copy of the book, but the reason I bought this was because at the end of October I went to see Cassandra Clare in it was meant to be a book signing, but unfortunately she wasn't very well, so there was no like book signing aspect to it. It was mainly just a talk about a sword catcher, but I still really enjoyed it. But they had copies of other books for sale which were signed. So I bought City of Heavenly Fire. I was going to try and get one of the Clockwork books, but unfortunately they had already sold out, so I got City of Heavenly Fire, which was my favourite out of all of the Mortal Instruments. So if you don't know, this is book 6 in the Mortal Instruments, where we follow a group of shadow hunters as they just get in so much trouble all throughout all 6 books, but I'm sure by now either you have read Shadowhunters or you probably never will. But I absolutely love Cassandra Clare's writing. I love these characters. I love all of her characters, to be honest. But yeah, I just could not pick up a signed copy of City of Heavenly Fire. And the last book for the random, just general books, is actually Crucibles of Chaos by Sebastian D. Castell. This is his new release. It literally has only just come out. I watched Jade from Jade Reads live show with Sebastian, I think it was last week before, where they spoke about his new release, and also just spoke about his releases in general. And I'm a really big fan of Sebastian's. I'm currently making my way through the Greatcoat series, which I love, which I then am hoping to move on to Spellslinger afterwards, and Maleficent 7 as well, which I've heard I will enjoy big time. But I'm really excited to get onto this as well. It's not as big as I thought it would be, which I'm not against, to be perfectly honest, but I don't really want to read the synopsis, to be perfectly honest, because I have found going into Sebastian's writing with the unknown just makes it for me, because he writes, I don't know what to call it apart from fantastical humour is the best way I feel like to describe his writing style. So it's all kind of epic fantasy, high epic fantasy, but has a humour element to it, which is what makes me love his writing even more. But yeah, I'm really excited to get to the Crucibles of Chaos very soon. Okay, on to the next part. Okay, so the next topic, if you will, is literally the same book, but I have purchased, well, I purchased 3 times, but I have 4 copies. And that is Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I didn't mean to have 4 copies, but it's just happened. So this is the fairyloot edition, which came in a fairyloot box with the main characters on the front there. It's got gorgeous sprayed edges, also artwork under on the pages, and stunning. And the dust jacket, not dust jacket, hardcover. Can't get my words out today. Yeah, so I have 4 copies. This is one. This is gorgeous. I won't read this one because I don't want to. It is signed by Cassandra Clare as well, but this is stunning. I then have, which one are you? Which one is which? This copy I got when I went to the book signing of Cassandra Clare in Bath for Toppings, which is also signed by Cassandra Clare, and also came with a piece of artwork which we were able to pick up. But I also have my ticket inside as memorabilia, but it is literally just a standard hardback edition that I have got an art print, and it is signed. This is book number 2. Book number 3 is the Waterstones edition, which is slightly different. The edges are slightly different. Are they? Yes. So on the normal edition, it's gold in the middle, where the Waterstones edition is gold on the outside and red in the middle. But yes, this is the Waterstones edition, so it is complete black sprayed edge. Don't think this one is signed. Nope, it is not. But I think all the, oh, and it has got a bit of artwork on the hardback. So this one I did actually order. This I did order, and the one that I got from the book signing I did order. Obviously the fairyloot one I didn't know I was getting. And this next one I didn't know I was getting, which is literally an arc. I got an arc of Cassandra Clare from Black Crow PR, yes, or Tor UK. They sent me an arc of Swordcatcher, which was amazing. But yeah, again, just a standard edition. This is probably the edition I read because I don't want to read the others. But yeah, I'm just over the moon that I was able to receive one at all, to be perfectly honest. But the, oh, just realised the cards come out. I need to put that away. The synopsis is: 2 outcasts have the power to change everything, but will they grasp the hands of destiny? In vibrant city of Castle Lane, nobles and criminals have one thing in common: the constant search for wealth, power, and the next hedonic thrill. Yet, as an improvised orphan, Cal's prospects look bleak, until he's stolen from his old life to enter a new one of luxury and peril. He's to become Prince Connor Orlane's body double, shielding the prince from all dangers as his sword catcher. He and Connor will become as close as brothers, yet Cal lives for one purpose: to die for Connor. Lynn Castor is an Ashkari physician, part of the community ostracized for its rare magical abilities, but after a failed assassination attempt brings her and Kel together, they are drawn into the web of the mysterious Ragpicker King, ruler of Castle Lane's criminal underworld. He offers each of them what they want most, but as Lynn and Kel sink deeper into his world, they uncover an extraordinary conspiracy. As long-kept secrets unravel, they must ask themselves, can forbidden love bring down a kingdom? And will their discoveries plunge their nation into war and the world into chaos? So this is Cassandra Clare's first book outside of the Shadowhunter universe in years. This is also adult, where obviously all of her Shadowhunter books are YA. This is the first book she has done which is adult fantasy, but also not in the Shadowhunter universe. And I'm really excited to read it. I really want to read it very soon. Hopefully I do get time early next year to read it. Maybe it'll even be my first book of 2024. Who knows? But that is all 4 copies I have of Shadowhunter. On to the next stack. Okay. So the next stack is Waterstone's exclusive / just general exclusive sprayed edgy looking books. So the first one is the Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, but this is the collector's edition. They are redoing the whole series to have these stunning hardcover, naked cover editions. And if you don't know, I'm a massive fan of Good Girl's Guide to Murder, so these, I will literally collect anything that they make. I don't care what it is, I will collect it. But yes, this is really exciting. I actually really want to reread this series next year, because it's been a couple of years since I read it. But if you don't know the synopsis, I actually don't think I have the synopsis in here. No, all I have is the case is closed, but everyone knows he did it, but she's about to prove them all wrong. That's literally all it says, because there's no synopsis in here, unfortunately. Otherwise I would read the rest to you, but that's all I'm going to tell you. And to be fair, going into this unknown is probably a good thing. But yes, Good Girl's Guide to Murder. The next one is the Fourth Wing little, I think this is the collector's edition of Fourth Wing that they have done, which has the red instead of the gold, but also it has 2 bonus chapters at the end, which is beautiful, really beautiful. And to be honest, I'm not going to explain to you what Fourth Wing is about, because if you don't know, you don't know. All I'm going to say is dragons. Dragons, and a lot of them. And angst. Dragons and angst. Nothing else you need to know, personally. I really love Fourth Wing. It's very beautiful. And I'm really excited to read Iron Flame. I'm hoping I can get to it this month. But this month is just flying by, and I don't really know what's happening. And Christmas is in a week. So, God help us all. But yes, we have Fourth Wing. Next we have A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. This is the Waterstones exclusive edition, but I'm going to tell you now, I don't know what's exclusive about it. It just looks normal to me. Whatever. But this, oh, I know what it is. It's that. Each book in the series has a different design under the dust jacket, and I got the paw, which is cute. I don't really know how to explain what this series is about, so I'm going to read the synopsis from Once Upon a Broken Heart, which is book 1 in this series, and Curse of True Love is book 3. So, the synopsis. Never make a deal with a fate. For as long as she can remember, Evelyn Fox has believed in happily ever after, until she learns that the love of her life is about to marry another, and her dreams are shattered. Desperate to stop the wedding and heal her wounded heart, Evangeline strikes a deal with the charismatic but wicked Prince of Hearts. In exchange for his help, he asks for free kisses, to be given at the time and place of his choosing. But after Evangeline's first promised kiss, she learns that bargaining with an immortal is a dangerous game, and that the Prince of Hearts wants far more from her than she pledges. He has plans for Evangeline, plans that will either end in great happiness, in the greatest happily ever after, or the most exquisite tragedy. Cute. But yes, this is a trilogy, but this trilogy ends with A Curse for True Love, which I haven't read yet, because I want to reread those two, and then read this. So I'm hoping to get round to this possibly next year, maybe this year, who knows anymore. So yeah, Curse for True Love. I love Stephanie Garber. The next one is The Christmas Appeal by Janice Hallett. I haven't read The Appeal, and I haven't read The Christmas Appeal, but this I do want to get to this month, because it's Christmas. And I believe this just follows on from The Appeal, which is the first book, and it is a murder mystery. So all it says: a Christmas panto, a dead Santa, and everyone's a suspect. And this is special literally just because it contains Waterstones exclusive content, and it is signed by Janice Hallett. Also, a really cute end pages. Very, very cute, very, very nice. The Christmas Appeal. The next one is Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldry, which is the Waterstones exclusive edition, which has these lovely sprayed edges. This is the second book in what I think is a series, which is about a second-hand bookstore who is run by, I think he's a troll. Is he a troll? Are you a troll, sir? This guy is run by this guy. And the first book in this is Legends and Lattes, which I read last year, and I bloody loved it. It was so cute, so cozy, which is why I think it's perfect to read in December. So this is another one I'm really hoping to get to this month, just because I think it's going to be a good read for December, to be perfectly honest. But the synopsis is Vi's career with the renowned mercenary company Rackham Ravens isn't going as planned. Wounded during the hunt for a powerless necromancer, she's packed off against her will to recuperate in the sleepy beach town of Merp. So far from the action that she worries she'll never be able to return to it. What's a thawed soldier of fortune to do? Spending her hours as a struggling bookshop in the company of a foul-mouthed procreator is the last thing Vi would have predicted, even though it may be exactly what she needs. Still, adventure isn't far away. A suspicious traveller in grey, a gnome with a chip on her shoulder and a summer fling, and an improbable number of skeletons prove Merc to be more eventful than Vi could ever have expected. Sometimes right things happen at the wrong times, and sometimes we find ourselves in the stories we experience together. Oh, set 20 years before the events of Legends and Lattes, Bookshops and Bone Dust is a standalone, cosy fantasy about the power of good bookshops, great friends, and an unexpected choice along the way. I didn't realise it was based 20 years before. That is so cute. And this makes me more excited to read it now. And then maybe I can read Legends and Lattes afterwards. Never know. But yes, Bookshops and Bone Dust. And the last one for this actually only arrived today, because my postman wanted to keep it, apparently. And that is Gold by Raven Kennedy. This is the sprayed edge ones to go along with the other set that I have. And it is signed by Raven Kennedy. She has a really nice signature, to be fair. This is book 5 in the Plated Prisoner series. I'm not going to tell you the synopsis because this is book 5 and I have only read book 1. But yes, I'm still buying the books. So actually, to be perfectly honest, even I don't know what's happening in the series. So I'm not even going to tell you. All I know is they look nice together. But yes, now on to the final section, which is fairyloot. So, the last part, which is actually only 3 books, is Fairyloot. The first book is The Hurricane Wars by Thea Gonzo, which I've heard a hell of a lot about, and I'm really, really excited to read it. This was October's book, and I must say it is absolutely stunning. Really, really stunning. Funny enough, Fairyloot keep doing this to me at the moment, but I keep thinking, oh, I'll order that off of Waterstones, or you know, something like that, and then it keeps coming in a Fairyloot box, so I actually just don't have to order it. So it's great. So this, I'll just read these synopsises on the back here, which says, the Night Empire casts a long shadow over the land. Nothing can stand in the way of its might and power. Year by year the hurricane wars take and take, and yet there is hope in the darkness. One lone light stands against the empire. I'm really excited to read this. I saw this thing on, was it Instagram or TikTok, which says, oh, if you like this book, you'll like this book, and it said if you like Fourth Wing, you'll like the Hurricane Wars. So I just want to know what the similarities are. So I'm really excited to get around to this, hopefully quite soon. I have put it on my 24 books to read in 2024, so hopefully I'll read it. You never know. Never know with me. The next book, which was actually the December book, and it only arrived yesterday, so I apologise if I've spoiled this. I'm not going to show anything. If you want to skip, but this is the December book, and it is Feybound by Sarah El Sarafi, which I really wanted to pre-order the Waterstones edition and I missed out, so I am over the moon that I have actually been able to get a nice copy of this book, because I have been told I'm going to absolutely love it. So just the synopsis again, I'm just going to read what's on the back. Divided by blood, imprisoned by fate, bound by desire, welcome to the intoxicating world of the Fae. We love a Fae. But we have got artwork, an artwork under the dust jacket there. But it's a stunning book, and I'm really, really excited to read it, and I'm very, very tempted to read it this month, but again, I haven't exactly got loads of time, so we'll just see what happens. But I am really excited to read this, and again, I cannot believe that Fairyloot can read my mind and know what books I want to read. Thank you, Fairyloot. And the final book for this haul is Throne of the Fallen by Kerry Maniscalco, but this is the Fairyloot edition. So if you don't know, this is the new series but carrying on in the same world as Kingdom of the Wicked. I loved Kingdom of the Wicked, absolutely smashed it. Audiobook, by the way, amazing. The accents, chef's kiss. But this book is absolutely stunning, and I have the Kingdom of the Wicked copies of, no, I have the Waterstones editions of Kingdom of the Wicked, so I was like, well, we might as well do the same for this. But look at that, it's stunning. Stunning, 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 stunning. So this is following Prince Envy. So, a wicked prince. The Prince of Envy has never claimed to be a saint, but when a cryptic note arrives at the demon court signalling the beginning of a deadly game, he knows it would take more than a hint of sin to win. Riddles hexed with objects, anonymous players, nothing will stand in his way. A fallen painter. Camilla is an artist with troubles of her own. A desperate mistake has landed her in debt with a notorious rake. Threatened with ruinous scandal, she is forced to enter a devil's bargain with Envy. A bargain that will reveal secrets and ignite passions that neither of them expected. Let the games begin. Together, Envy and Camilla must embark on a prolicious journey through the underworld, from glittering demon courts to the scullery vampire realm and beyond, while trying to avoid the most dangerous trap of all, falling in love. I'm really excited. The only thing is, which I didn't realise until just reading the synopsis now, I don't really do games. Like, I don't mind a game in a book, but it's not my favourite. I'd rather not. Like, not to bring her up, but Harry Potter, I quite like Harry Potter, but the only film I don't like is Goblet of Fire, because it's a game. That's the only way I can think to explain it, unfortunately. Sorry to bring it up, but yes, I like the Inheritance games, for example. I really want to read it, but I'm put off by it because it's a game. I don't do games in the slightest, so we'll see. But I might like this because I do like Harry, and there are some books that have games that I don't mind, but there are a lot that I just rather not. But yeah, that was my book haul. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe if you are new, because we're on our way to 200 subs. I don't really know what's going on, but yeah. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you've read any of these books or what you thought of them. And if you've got to the end of the video, leave a... oh, what could we do? Leave a flower. A flower emoji to let me know that you got to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all very soon for another video. See you later. Bye.